All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight discussion video. All right, y'all, Xiaonan versus Jessica Andrade. Wow, man. I was picking Yan to win this fight. I felt like she had the skills and the improvements needed to beat a Jessica Andrade, but I didn't think she would do it in this fashion. I mean, this was a big victory for Xiaonan. First round knockout over Jessica Andrade. And like I said last night, this version of Jessica Andrade is about to be obsolete. There's 10 ways to beat her. Going into this fight, there were 10 ways to beat her. And like I said, there's so many blueprints on how you want to do it, whether it be on the ground or it be on the feet. And you just need 3 solid things to beat Jessica Andrade. And Xiaonan, she had all of those things. She had the jab, that footwork, and the ability to stand her ground in this fight. Now, at times, she would circle out, but she never ran from Jessica in this fight. You know, she always circled out to find her range, but she always came back in with authority. Xiaonan was landing some beautiful shots upstairs and downstairs in this fight. So pretty much this is how I seen it playing out as far as her using her speed and her jab. But I thought it was going to be like a 30-27 type of fight. 29-28 maybe, because I was going to give Jessica Andrade the benefit of the doubt that, okay, maybe she has improved. But a fighter like Xiaonan, with her technique, she was able to make Jessica Andrade resort to her old ways. You know, when she starts getting pieced up, she wants to get that get back right then, and that leaves her off balance and emotional. You know what I mean? Like when she can't hit you right away, Jessica goes wild. And Xiaonan and her team, they studied that. They saw that. So they said, what we're going to do, we're going to piece her up. As soon as she comes after us, boom, boom, we keep her right back in range, and we're going to get her to walk into something crazy. So like I said, I thought it would have been 30-27 just, you know, with the skills and the technique of Xiaonan, but Jessica Andrade, she did half the job for her. Jessica Andrade did half the job for Xiaonan. As she walked in, Xiaonan landed the perfect right hand and dropped her, put her right on her back. And like I said, Jessica Andrade's style is about to be obsolete now. You know, she's always got that power and that strength, but girls are going to be figuring this out. It's a new day for WMMA. These women are evolving. You know, you got to come with more than that emotional, raging style. I know it's exciting, but with 10 losses on your resume, 11 now, there comes a point where you got to say, okay, why are we failing in these big fights? You know, why are these non-champions dominating this girl now? You know, this is something they have to look at. So a fighter like Xiaonan, who's faced humility in her last fight against a couple fights ago against a Carla Esparza, you know they're going back to the drawing board to work. They're going to go back and work and say, okay, this is what we need to do. This is where we need to build confidence at. And Xiaonan, she's on a mission right now. You know, she's on a mission, and she made a big statement against Jessica Andrade. I mean, the first round right away, the only round, Xiaonan's speed was on point right from the jump, pumping that jab out, ripping that lead leg, and just being light on the feet. You know, she was being light on the feet. Like, after she would land the jab, she's standing right there in front of Andrade, but she's light on her feet so she can avoid those Andrade leg kicks. Because, you know, Andrade's leg kicks, they're fierce. You know, when she lines up and winds up and she lands them, she'll get a reaction out of you. But Xiaonan, she was eyeballing all of that, you know, upstairs, downstairs. So when those leg kicks came, she was light on her feet. She bounced out of the way. So Yan just kept stepping to her right, you know, to avoid Andrade's right hand. But at the same time, she was still in range to land her own right hand, landed some crisp right hands on Jessica Andrade. And when she landed that one, like a minute into the fight, Andrade started swinging wild. And that's exactly what you do. You know, tag her, you know, make her mad, make her come after you, then you circle out. And Xiaonan just boxing nicely, you know, landing a nice, beautiful jab to the body and then going back upstairs with it. Yan was really doing well, just sensing when her back is to the cage too. You know, as soon as like she was get close to the cage, when Andrade was putting pressure on, she would throw some hard power shots, land them, then circle back to the center, and she just kept repeating this process. So at this point, Andrade, like a minute or two in, she's already looking lost, you know, getting tagged. Her only hope is to run in and land something big. And when she does this, like I said, these home runs, they might land, but they really won't hurt Xiaonan as well, because she was swinging off balance. By like the second or third shot she throws, you know, she's off balance. So a fighter like Xiaonan, who's more poised, you know, and more skilled in her boxing, she'll know how to pull back and she'll know how to roll away from that last power punch she throws, So she just kept doing this, and landing hard leg kicks. So once again, when you're an accurate striker like this and you're facing somebody wild, you got to make them pay the price and respect you. Yan, she knows her range, so she was never really worried about these wild hooks. At this point, she was just kind of looking for that open and looking for that one shot. So as Andrade came running in, Xiaonan, she took a couple of steps back. She circled out, still poised. And as Andrade steps in, Yan steps in as well, plants a big right hand to the chin, drops her on her back. Now, it looks like she wanted to get up, but she ate a few unanswered hammer fists. The referee went on and stopped it. And I'm not going to argue with that one. Now, Andrade might not have been unconscious like Karolina Kowalkiewicz was when she got knocked out by Jessica Andrade. But when she got dropped and a couple of those hammer fists land, that was all that needed to happen. You don't want to see a person get hurt. She got put on her back with a good hard right hand, and she looked out of it. So that was a good stoppage, good knockout win for Xiaonan. But like I said, man, that's just what it is at this point. Fighters like Andrade, they're going to get exposed along the way if they don't make the right evolution to their style. We've seen in some fights where she'll change up a little bit, but then she'll resort to this. And how does she resort? She's still fighting off of emotion. When she gets tagged, she'll kind of run in and throw these brawling hooks. But why are you throwing these brawling hooks when a fighter like Xiaonan is throwing straight punches? You should try to match her straight punch for punch instead of hooking, because by the time you throw your hook and your arms are short, she's gone. She's gone. So Andrade is still dependent on these powerful moments, you know what I mean? And they only come every once in a while, if a girl folds or if they're not really on their striking game or just like their range game, you know what I mean? So a fighter like Xiaonan was going to win this fight, whether it be decision or knockout, all right? So yeah, man, good fight, good win for Xiaonan. I'm glad I stuck with that pick because I said, I think this girl ain't going to lay down this time. She's ready for something. She's ready for what's next. And what's next, I know it's probably going to bring up a big argument, but we got to talk about this, man. We got to talk about this throughout the week. I'm going to probably do another video or so. Xiaonan has probably put herself in title shot talks. Whether you like it or not, she probably is now. Dana White is looking at this. He's looking at this China versus China thing, and he knows this could be big. And that's what it's all about with these guys in the UFC. It's about money, all right? So if she does swoop in and take this title shot, you can't get mad. You can't get mad. Now, me, on the other hand, I would prefer Amanda Lemos because she was the first one. She did stop Marina Rodriguez, and she is number 3, and she is what we had our targets on because it's still a legit challenge for Zhang Weili, okay? So that's the fight I still want to see. But Xiaonan just beat Andrade, who beat Amanda Lemos. Right? So you got to remember, that's the logic they're looking at now. They're thinking, okay, Xiaonan just defeated the girl that defeated the number 3. So we might want to go with Xiaonan because she just knocked out Andrade, y'all. She just knocked out Andrade in the first round like Zhang Weili. So they're going to be looking at this. So she's got a strong argument now. Again, I want to see Amanda Lemos get hers because of the style, and she is a tough matchup for Zhang Weili. But Xiaonan might have just taken that. She might have, y'all. Hey, we can't get mad either because when fighters come in and they make improvements like this and they make statements, you got to give them their props. So business-wise, Xiaonan has done what she needed to do to take a title shot because this is a dog-eat-dog game. It's a cutthroat game, and if you can steal a title shot with a win like that, more power to you, okay? Now, if I had my way, I would just say line them up. They're both in good positions for a title shot, meaning let's do Zhang Weili versus Amanda Lemos first, and then let's do Xiaonan next. But that's a risk for the UFC. Why? Because if Amanda Lemos, who has a good chance to beat Zhang Weili, wins, there goes their China versus China fight. There goes that China versus China fight. We know if they do Zhang Weili versus Xiaonan, tell me that's not a main event. Y'all know that's going to be a main event pay-per-view. That's going to be a big main event pay-per-view now. They're going to push that in China as a pay-per-view main event. I'll bet you. I will bet you. So factor that in as well, and we'll see if Amanda Lemos gets that title shot. But back to Jessica Andrade for a minute. Yeah, Jessica's going to have to make some improvements, man. She's, what, 24-11 now? She's 33. Is she 33? 30. 30, right? 30 years old. Yeah, because Xiaonan is 33, I believe. Yeah, 30 years old, 24-11. And, you know, time is ticking. And that chin might not be the same. This girl's got to make the right improvements. She's got to become more technical. She's got to. That's her only hope at this point to even get close to a title shot in this division, okay? Because right now she's getting in line. She's got to get in the back of the line. What's next for her? Probably a fight down. Tatiana Suarez, that could still happen. But we'll talk more about this later, guys, this week. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.